Stop for a moment. Do not scroll past this. What you are about to hear may be the exact word your heart has been waiting for. If you have been tired, worried, or quietly asking for help in the dark, stay with me. This message is for the person who almost gave up, for the one who kept smiling in public and crying in private, for the soul that whispered, I just need one good thing to happen. Breathe slowly. Feel that stillness. Something is shifting even now. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Before this message ends, you may feel peace where there was pressure, clarity where there was confusion, and hope where there was heaviness. Stay until the end, because the next few minutes are not random. They may mark the beginning of a new season in your life. And if your spirit has been asking for a sign, let this be your sign. Keep listening. Do not move too fast. What is opening around you may be bigger than you think, and the moment you nearly skipped could be the moment everything starts to turn. You were led here for a reason. The prayer you carried quietly, the one you never fully explained to anyone, has been heard. Heaven has seen every sleepless night, every private tear, every moment you smiled while carrying pressure no one else could feel. And now something important is happening around your life. There is a change taking place that you cannot yet see with your eyes, but your spirit can already sense it. That strange pull in your chest, that sudden stillness, that soft feeling that something is about to happen. It is not meaningless. It is the beginning of alignment. It is the sign that a door which stayed closed for too long is starting to open from the other side. Stay with this message. Do not rush away. There is more here for you. You kept going when others would have stopped. You stayed faithful in silent seasons. You kept believing even when answers did not come quickly. That matters more than you know. What is moving toward you now is not empty emotion. It is relief. It is provision. It is favor arriving at the right time. And yes, it touches your finances, but it also reaches your peace, your mind, your future, and the next chapter of your life. Listen closely. This is where the atmosphere begins to change. You can feel it already, can't you? The pressure is not the same. The weight is not sitting on you the same way it used to. Something has lifted. Something has loosened. And what is coming is not just a quick fix or a small improvement. It is the kind of change that makes you stop and say, this had to be God. There is a release happening over the places in your life that felt delayed, blocked, or tied up for too long. Your lack is not the end of your story. Your waiting is not wasted. Your struggle did not cancel your promise. In fact, the very season that felt hardest has prepared you to receive what is next with wisdom, humility, and strength. Stay until the end, because the deeper part of this message is still ahead. You may have felt forgotten. You may have felt like others moved ahead while you stood still. But heaven was not ignoring you. Preparation was happening behind the scenes. Doors were being arranged. Timing was being set. Obstacles were being moved one by one. What seemed silent was not empty. It was active. It was careful. It was precise. And now the release is near enough for your spirit to notice it before your hands even touch it. This is not about chasing. This is about receiving. Let that settle in you for a moment. There is a blessing with your name on it, and it carries more than money. It carries restoration. It carries safety. It carries room to breathe again. It carries the kind of peace that money alone can never buy. What is coming does not arrive as random luck. It comes as a correction. It comes as heaven restoring what life tried to drain from you. Every harsh season took something. Energy, confidence, rest, trust. But what is being returned will not come back empty. It will come with increase. It will come with the evidence that your story is not ending in stress. Stay with me now. This next part matters. You are not being invited to beg. You are being invited to agree, to believe again, to open your heart instead of shutting down one more time, to stop treating your future like it has already failed. The old fear says, do not hope too much, because you may be disappointed again. But this moment is asking you to do the opposite. Lift your expectation. Let faith breathe again. Let your spirit say yes before your circumstances fully change. Because sometimes the first visible sign of a miracle is not in the bank account or the phone call or the open door. Sometimes the first sign is peace entering your chest before the answer arrives. Watch for that. It matters. Right now, there is movement around the things that concern you most. The financial pressure, the delayed opportunity, the unanswered message, the open need, the constant mental math, the quiet fear of not having enough. Heaven is not blind to any of it. And what has been held back is not being held back forever. The season of resistance is ending. The flow is beginning. You are stepping out of constant strain and into a steadier rhythm. Things will begin to line up with less confusion. Help will come through channels you did not expect. Opportunities will appear with a kind of calm clarity. You will know what to say yes to, what to walk away from, and what timing to trust. Stay with this, because the next few lines may stay with you long after this message ends. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. The delay did not destroy your future. It trained your spirit and sharpened your discernment. It taught you how to stand when nothing seemed to move. It taught you how to keep praying when the room felt quiet. And now that same endurance is becoming the ground beneath your breakthrough. The blessing coming toward you is not fragile. It is protected. What is meant for you will not be undone by envy, delay or doubt. What heaven opens, no person can shut. Let that truth settle deep. Some people spoke against your future. Some tried to make you feel small. Some watched your struggle and quietly expected you to break under the pressure. But their words do not have the final say. Their opinions do not write your ending. Their resistance cannot cancel what has already been approved over your life. Every negative voice that tried to settle over your mind is losing its grip. Every chain of fear around your provision is being cut. Every false limit is being challenged. This is why you feel that strange mix of stillness and strength. Something inside you is waking up again, not loud, not desperate, but sure. Stay to the end, because this part is for the person who has been exhausted from trying to hold everything together. You do not have to force what heaven is already arranging. You do not have to carry tomorrow before it comes. You do not have to solve every detail tonight. There is grace for this next season. There is wisdom for each decision. There is favor being released that will make hard things easier and heavy things lighter. And when it happens, you will recognize it. Not because it will be noisy, but because it will bring peace with it. Real doors do not always arrive with drama. Sometimes they open with unusual calm. Sometimes the sign is not panic. Sometimes the sign is peace. There are promises connected to your life that were spoken long before this difficult season began. Promises of provision, promises of purpose, promises of enough and more than enough. Some of those promises felt far away. Some of them seemed delayed so long that you nearly stopped expecting them. But delay does not mean denial. Silence does not mean absence. And the fact that you are still here, still listening, still breathing, still hoping, means the story is not over. Hear this clearly. The next level of your life will require less fear and more trust, less striving and more receiving, less panic and more peace. You are being positioned, not just rescued. You are being prepared, not just comforted. The financial breakthrough matters, yes, but it is also making space for a bigger assignment on your life. You were not created to live under constant pressure, always worried, always shrinking, always surviving. Freedom is part of your future. Stability is part of your future. Clear direction is part of your future. And what begins in the spirit will begin to show up in the natural. Watch closely over the coming days. A new idea may come suddenly. A conversation may shift. A door may open quietly. A burden may lift without warning. Do not dismiss small signs. Small signs often announce big changes. Keep listening. We are getting to the heart of it now. There is insight being released to you even now. Not just comfort but strategy. Not just emotion but direction. In the days ahead you may notice thoughts dropping into your mind with unusual clarity. A next step, a better plan, a person to call, a move to make, a distraction to avoid. That is not random, that is guidance. Heaven does not only send provision, heaven also sends wisdom for how to handle it. So be ready, stay open. Pay attention to the quiet nudges that bring peace instead of confusion. This is the season where you stop running after every option and begin recognizing the right one, the right connection, the right opening, the right timing, the right answer. And as this guidance becomes clearer, your confidence will grow. Not pride, not pressure, just calm confidence. The kind that says, I know I am being led. If this is speaking to you, stay with me. Do not skip ahead in your spirit. There is something powerful about remaining present in a moment like this. The more you settle, the more clearly you can hear. The more you breathe, the more you can receive. And what is being formed in you now will help you carry what is coming without fear. The blessing will not break you. The increase will not confuse you. The open door will not overwhelm you. You are being made ready for what is on the way. There is also protection over what is being released to you. What is yours will not be stolen by confusion, sabotage or opposition. The pressure that once tried to crush your hope has lost authority. The fear that once sat on your chest is being replaced with rest. The warfare around your peace is ending. The heaviness around your finances is not stronger than divine favor. The barriers that stood in front of your progress are being moved, one by one, quietly, powerfully, completely. Stay here. The strongest part may be what comes next. You are not being asked to prove yourself worthy of this blessing. You are being asked to receive it with gratitude. That changes everything. You do not earn grace by exhaustion. You do not qualify for favor by breaking yourself. You receive because you are loved. You receive because heaven has already decided to be good to you. So when help comes, do not shrink back. When provision appears, do not call yourself unworthy. When peace settles in, do not sabotage it, because it feels unfamiliar. Let good things stay. Let relief stay. Let stability stay. Let favor stay. This is not the season to push blessings away because they look too big. This is the season to open both hands and say thank you. Simple, honest, full-hearted, and then walk forward without apology. The person you were in the hardest part of the struggle is not the same person listening right now. You have changed. You are stronger than before, wiser than before, more aware of what matters, less impressed by noise, less dependent on approval, more rooted, more alert, more able to tell the difference between pressure and purpose. That growth was not wasted. The battle taught you things comfort never could. It taught you to look higher. It taught you to pray with honesty. It taught you to value peace. And now that inner growth is meeting outer change, what is coming next will match what has been built in you. Stay until the end, because this is where many people miss it. They ask for change, but when it comes, they feel uncomfortable and retreat into old thinking. Do not do that. If the blessing seems large, let it be large. If the peace feels deep, let it be deep. If the opportunity looks bigger than what you imagined, do not shrink yourself to fit your old season. You are not there anymore. Your mind may try to pull you backward with old fears, old guilt, old limits, old stories, but you do not live there now. You are moving into a different season, and a different season requires a different response. Less fear, more agreement, less hesitation, more trust, less survival, more expectation. From this point on, expect things to settle in ways that feel natural and steady, not chaotic, not forced, not confusing. The right things will begin to fit, decisions will become clearer, relationships will feel lighter, opportunities will arrive with less struggle attached to them. The sense of constantly pushing against resistance is ending. You are moving with the current now, not against it. That is favor. That is alignment. That is the sign that the atmosphere around your life is changing. Take a slow breath and notice what is happening inside you even now. The panic is not winning. The worry is not in charge. Peace is entering. Confidence is rising. Hope is returning. This is not a small thing. When peace takes its rightful place, everything else starts to fall into order. You hear better. You choose better. You rest better. You trust better. And because of that you handle blessing better too. So if your chest feels lighter, if your mind feels quieter, if your spirit feels steadier, do not dismiss it. Peace is proof that something real is happening. Peace is not empty. Peace is often the first evidence that heaven has already moved before the visible answer appears. Stay with this final stretch. Do not leave too early. There is still something settling over your life through these words. What was once in front of you as a distant hope is now moving close enough to touch your present. Your breakthrough is no longer just ahead of you. It is beginning to move with you. Your provision is no longer only a prayer. It is becoming part of your reality. Your next chapter is no longer hidden in the far distance. It is unfolding now, step by step, with a pace that fits your peace. Let yourself receive that. Let yourself believe that the season of barely getting by is ending. Let yourself believe that clarity can replace confusion, that steadiness can replace strain, that joy can return without guilt. This is your sign to stop calling the future closed when heaven has already begun to open it. This is your sign to stop speaking only from pain and start speaking from expectation. Watch what follows when your words begin to agree with what heaven is doing. Watch what shifts when gratitude becomes your atmosphere. Watch how doors respond when you stop walking like someone forgotten and start walking like someone carried. Keep listening, just a little longer. The final seal on this message is simple and strong. You are not abandoned, you are not delayed beyond recovery, and you are not excluded from goodness. What has been spoken over your life still stands. What has been prepared for you is still yours. What is meant for you is still moving. Now let this settle deeply. The process is not incomplete. The answer is not lost. The peace you feel is not an illusion. This moment is sealing something in you. Calm in your chest, clarity in your thoughts, rest in your spirit. That is how heaven confirms what it is doing. Not always with noise, often with peace. And from here, walk slowly and confidently. Do not rush. Do not return to panic. Do not rebuild the fear you were just delivered from. The chapter of striving is closing. The chapter of receiving is opening wide. Receive peace. Receive provision. Receive stability. Receive ideas. Receive right timing. Receive protection. Receive favor. Receive the courage to believe again. And if no one has told you this lately, hear it now. Good things are allowed to happen to you. Doors are allowed to open for you. Relief is allowed to reach your house. Joy is allowed to live in your future. This is not the end of your story. This is the turn. This is the lifting. This is the quiet beginning of a better season. Stay anchored in that. Return to it when doubt tries to speak. Carry it into your next morning. And when the sign arrives, whether through a message, a meeting, an open door, a new idea, or a sudden wave of peace, recognize it, welcome it, give thanks for it. Then move forward like someone who knows the answer has already been released. Amen.